elections or just the politics cannot be overemphasized. It's through politics, of course, we nominate, and just elect our people to steer the affairs of the country. And I think it's not supposed to be a taboo. It's something that everybody must embrace. And I think recently we've seen how people have come out to embrace the political landscape. It seems as though people have started to realize that, we must all be a part of this if we want any effective change, if we want to hold our leaders to account. So to say, even at government, at high school during government class, we're all told that the right to vote and be voted for franchise is a universal human right. And that is something that every human being who is sane and meets their national criteria should be able to do. So it's a whole process. And in that process, we have, of course, post and afterwards. And during this pre-election period, it's important that all these areas are met and are observed in the most transparent and most accountable way. And that is why the media is here in their high numbers. The security personnel are here just so everyone is civil in their operations. And we're doing our best at the level of the GRTS to bring you the message. We'll be doing exactly this towards the end of this, towards December 4th. We'll be bringing you the broadcast. I mean, when you go back to ancient Greece in around 500 BC, you realize that ancient Greece is a model for ancient, for democracy. And these things were happening back then. What is going to stop us from amplifying a good cause? It's important that everybody is part of the process. And so, since we are still waiting for the next independent candidate to come, Bankole Ahadzie, you might just briefly just reiterate in the local languages what exactly we are hoping to see in the very short term before we in fact go into Banke's detail and what exactly he's been saying as we gear up to this nomination today.
Bake Fatu Elika Mulushi, Badin Jiberlal ni Lamuelal Hanibi Aldinjat, yes, Lemdrong, Metenten Kanka nomination or Lenatali Kabo IEC La Bunda Bato, coming at Datinyam Kunung, you look mo ben Alberta Lanyo Fele, between Niman Silo Sotokana IEC Fanala Dron Jatias Lembundati Dame Yalon Selano Walla Purkanin nomination or Nati Ali Comindalta Kelanyam and Yaman Kenasinya followed Nakajan San Jamal Adunian Fanamba Kelali Walenyama between Ninem election followed to Malami na Gambia dunta democracy kono adwea yitan alahani i mistake tale o nyina tale mu banko dingol ti adu luwale ya yitandila puri dai ka fuku nyima woto nga bulan na politician ol no mangela kachal lamoy nga jibe yemune soto banko moli adun ibake ka wole nyama ni momo nata ayala nomination kaytolo nati jang ntol journalist ol buke bulanke ka chandile pour ka along ite mune soto gambian koli ani ite fana mune atinne dunta politiko ani ya mira ite nyanta kala lanna moti nyaadi le gambian moli bitun abeke ka wole nyama independent electoral commission mfelen dunta tilola fanna fula nyawma bayri kabrin somanda nata jam mo fula min ya lon ko to lote fayenne independent aspirants ol yela kaytol dile say mo sabanjango afana mo independent oleti e ka fay ko bankoli azali wala fana binala la kaytol natila ahazi bankoli ahazi wala binala kayto natila IEC alfal nyatili wala purisaje ko isa fana la kayto nyin kisi bare nyato do mandimba folali ene jumale bankoliti ani ngate mune soto gambia no le bayri nyina te fana la sinya foloti pura e dum politiko la fanna la surtout maka palaso nyin mi ya lon ko wala gambia la palasi foloti a palaso nyin kuma ya tabaken
wale a faran samba tumando nana ta ngo faram moy
Moy.
but I think it's very crucial because lalla bugon tamit gaay wax moy gaay ñi setan xamna ne balan don agasi waxtu bi ni amon nen luñ waxon moy registration process with voter registration but the chairman is about to take his seat there at the panel waiting for Bankole and his entourage, if he is going to come with any, to present his credentials. He is moving towards the panel now, and I'm sure anytime from now we would have to, the security would usher in Bankole. But in the meantime, come apply no more cordon wahe. Hamnane voters card be nekana law hamne amna solo because balando new two moments bini. La London waxte jaate tetem programme o nit ñi ñoo xamne ñu ngi ci fanna bobu nonu pour gaay was importance voter registration bi but nekkul lolu kesse pour nit yi tamit waxtu bi su jotee pour gaay géna ñu mëna ñëw voter ci because da nga gis ne gaay sax bala ñuy wax anything de leen dé latte ana sen voters card bi nominee si ñom sa de leen dé latte lolu nonu so yaakaar naa ne process bi dafa nekk loo xam ne ñëpp ñoo ci ñëpp ñoo ko bokka te tamit ñëpp war nañoo make sure sa warugal su jotee nga jóg nga dem defi loolu noonu ñoom seen warugal mooy nomination period bi ñu ñëw present seen credentials si def li gaay war a def nit ñi tamit war nañoo mën a taxaw def ñamit seen taxawaay su booba jotee
soxna si Fatoumata Mulusi fi may dooree rek mooy lan mooy njëriñi voters card bi Fatoumata ñu bari dañ ko dee jël pour de ko identifier seen bopp sax waaye voters card lii main fonction am mooy pour wote boo amee sa voters card del di ko denc si sa kalpe génnu soo pour card sa sànni kon yow jarutoon ngay ji ut voters card te loolu lu am solo la yellee fi doomu adama la ci biir réew mi nga nekk doomi réew mi war ngaa bokk ci mbiri wote moo xam da ngay taxaw wala da ngay taxawal nit wala da ngay sànnil nit wala dañ lay sànnil waaye digam doomi réew mi nga te am nga at yi te war ngaa mën a am ay voters card da nga ko war a uuti waaye nag uuti ko itamit dugal ko sa kalpe toog ba si élection jot nga ne man du ma wote ji waan amaluñ ma njëriñ lan la amal njëriñ voters card by right tey fii waruñ ko yóbbu banque waruñ police waru laa laaj ana sa kayiti wala immigration nga ne man awma ID card waaye voters card am naa ko voters card pour wote la loolu mooy number one njëriñi voters card bu ñëwee ci kii ñëw mooy Bankole mu ngi ñëw si kanam tuuti nit ñi nag buñ xamutee Bankole mooy kooku leen di sol mbaxana bu mag boobu leen di borom rasta yi bulet pour ñu gis loolu fii ci réewi Gambie temen bi mooy njëlbéeni yoonam pour mu bokka ci mbiri wote fii ci biir réewi Gambia si kanam tuuti dana dugga si ndax fi mu nekk nii kilifa IEC toog nañ pour xaar ko mu indi kayiti sernde yi wax nañ ko sànq ci gannaaw ba soo fàttale ko ñoom ñi nga xam ne ñooy ut sax dañ leen njëkk a laaj ndax am nañu ID card voters card bi am na solo boo xam ne ni yow mi nga xam ne bëgg nga ñu votal la sax da nga am voters card Bankole Ahadzie mooy ñëw fi mu nekk ni gannaaw am na ñaar ñoo xam ne ni ñëw nañ ba gaaral seen kayit ba dem léegi Bankole mooy ñëw si kanam tuuti danañu indil leen kan mooy Bankole ñu wax si moom tuuti waaye léegi ñu bàyyee Sidi Ba mu waxal ñu si mbokki poli jamono bi fuñ toll
jarama Abdoulaye Cham musidal yimɓe Gambia ha joni ramino ɗo independent electoral commission woni ɗo IEC ɗo kanifing koye nomination rek woni rek ɓen ɗon ɗaɓɓaɓe président yaji ko maɓɓe goni tan suɓene ni pour ɓe mbawa rek daro ɗaɓɓugol président yaji e leydi he ɗoɗo min goni ɗon joni poɗɗo ar rek woni biyeteɗo Bankole Ahadzie kam woni candidate tataɓo poɗɗo ar joni pour rek o totira kayti mum nomination uji mum ni chairman o Aliou Momar Ndiaye kam yo ɓe o liggotaɓe ɓe joni ɓe jottima ɓe punti rek office mo ha ɓe naati rek ɗoɗo ɓe poti ɗo jooɗo pour ɓe paɗa ɗon rek on ɗon candidate poɗɗo arde joni ko Bankole rek fada kam noon ko ɗum wonta lawol mum iɗol mo rek noon ɗaɓɓa président yaji he leydi he kam woni hande neɗɗo tataɓo on tuma so ummima ɗon rek min dañat nayɓo on ne foti aroy yeeso joni noon kam noon ko ɗum woni lawol mum iɗol rek mo foɗodire ko abbite sengo o président yaji so ari rek o totirat kayti mum ɗi rek nino ɓe idinoɓe ɗum ɗo mbaɗi rek kam ne kayti mum ɗi darti nde on tuma rek kala no wawi wono rek o andinte pour o kam ne wawata taw e poɗodirgol he Kadijatu Bohum bisimilla
nuare sidi maro moari sa way ko ci sidira ke kombi khore nyani ke ngati kane fin ko kutungara ko mo gombe o ga ke be dukku ke nyani bankoli brambi akagala e jamane ke khirsa go munduno o yare ngai khirsu ni taxura ngutu iga dukku akhalli ni kaytu nun koy kuy ma wakatun ke sigra kita bari ga nyibe konno ke nyani andariti voters card na habe ga nam voters card kita koy gara ko mo gombe ke card dandanya mari alla way ko cencere ni serenda seren khar way ko cencere nanda amanya ko nanti anna kayt ke bane kita anna utu anna mabo ke kayt ni kayt be na hangay aka na hangay ti mo gombe kenni angala serebe nan sigi nan digamu nan fasa jamane ke akaman na sigran kita na jamane ke krisa kon kita kenyani anna bogu sakati election ke be garin ne kengani december kasom bitan nakatandi na ko censidada anga kinye sine tamu ado segu bogu anna an ko censidi aka ku sede ke an ko kita kam moy kenni na ke card kita adi ku benu gala sikina jamane ke krisa ko mundu igari trinde fifa na ke be kenyani ma card ke wi makay kita kana wari kita na habe ga ke kata kana wonne bankoli warini ona kono kada kadi serebe gani ke aga sigiti be hammi be gada na jamane ke dinge kane
to emite kati be jat kamidi ka yinte nora ka dibu jongorob GRTS mi jibon keto wul ko ketate de kalimisa ko kono ko ke IEC banu manjum bobo kana komidi ngur wayta woli ka bangu be jum mambo kana ko ngolen ko lebi ba mala flenga feti dizemba kona kone ko baaki nye momome wata slan sonne unyen de siga basi wismin sonne kabanande unyen ananu manjum ko IEC kuni fana koli komide kobe manangole na ringu dede o konen bankoli hazi bankoli ahazi achila na kankana na manjum na purpur gambia be kay semeta achila pona mama be kana president dire kabri wata kila omde kamo kana mola bari jat na te ka seten mante famfan na mama be rongo makana metele bete male di mofa mante hane nyemo mome kuni fana kiti IEC ko kuma kula ko yitan kula ko yem be ka walen bakana kan manjum ko ngiri mu wayta woli bankoli di bakano ko la kuringolo tate bare no fim meti koko di burong kuringulo jatate pankuno kenu manku yisen wayta woli ne manku kane meno mambe ngolen kujike moli manku ngolen kuchoko di IEC kuni fana koli bare mo kana meme elebete male baba fuko famfam meti anyila omdu dede bangana boli pour ngolen no kendi mo kana meti election mante be jumoro mambo kana ku rongene mante be lambalon ko di anana manjum o ajum mante no kankana no manjum po awote rongo mambo kana ku rongene odu burom babaji fuko meti luayeti mo fameti gambe en konen constitution yo e wono lami mon ngole no namporadi mo kana mete lebete male simitsone futok sanosani pour man odu ngolen bajo oto
is running late. It's 12:30 and we can already see the vice IEC chairman just walking around, probably trying to see if Bankole would be in sight because the time is of essence.
And there are no signs.
There are no signs of him. We can't see him until now. We want to remain hopeful. Probably there's a grace period as well, a grace timing for that. But we want to hope that Bankole should be here very soon. The media is standing out. All the cameras are poised. The security is ready. Everybody is walking up and down just to see if we'll see any signs of Bankole. Well, it's very interesting.
I hope it's not an issue of African time.
No, we don't want to believe so. Khadija said maybe he's coming with a great entourage, so he has to, yes, we have to wait to see. I know he projects himself to be a very simple person, and that he's very consciously liberated. And someone, I remember, did ask him, but Rasta does not subscribe to any politics. Yes, why do you want to do so? And Banki said that it's because he is a patriotic citizen and that he wants to rescue, or he has plans to make the country better. And that is the reason why every normal person, every citizen who wants to make the country better would of course have to participate. And it's the reason why he wants to salvage his people. I mean, how Banki wants to do this, probably would hear from him once he comes to face the public, but it's very interesting and people find it very strange, as you know, Gambia and the tradition, right? But I think these are changing times. We've seen how a woman is owning it and how a woman is boldly representing herself and what she stands for. So I think the shape that the country is taking is showing us that the Gambia is for all people. It's for all of us, regardless of what you believe in, what you subscribe to. As long as you're a Gambian at heart, that is very crucial.
Indeed. Akuma yata bage komi ya fanya me fatu eleka mulushi ni kate fayo jibe mobile da bije emu momo ndrinti banko kanjang ala ila kodo yanda amado yande yenyanto sotere purke da kafu na election auto adunga wala je nyina mbayri nga mol jela mini ya lonko ibe lori fanna jamal la nga mol jela mini ya lonko funding ke fana bang mol jela mini ya lonko ini ada ko mulunta mini ya lonko Gambia me long komi be me ko Bankole la koto ate mole timi ya lonko fatu
I fell into there. It looks like Banki is already there. He is coming. He's been accompanied by some people we're seeing ahead of him. The media is leading him on. He's coming forth, and we can already see that that is Banki. that is clearly Banki, by all indicators, right? You can see him there with the heart. Yes, and the Rasta clearly in there. I think everybody needs to have their signature, and that's crucial. So he's coming, and I'm sure any minute from now he would of course enter the IEC premises and as well go forward to present his credentials to the IEC and his panel. Thereafter face the members of the press. It's important that they're showing that they have high school qualification because the Constitution dictates that you must have a high school qualification and that you've spent 5 years residing in the Gambia, and a couple of other things as well, that you are Gambian, and that needs to be ascertained by all indicators. Of course, we have the rule of citizenship as well. There's a law on citizenship, and you have to fulfill those criteria as well. So all of these things are part of the process of, verifying and just making sure you are the right candidate. We can see that they are approaching and they are coming in full force. The press is leading him on in a very fast pace. I don't know if it's because we've run a little bit out of time, but he's coming really fast inside. I'm not sure that it's up to 50 people, so I'm not sure we're going to have a problem with that. As I said, he projects to be a simple man, and so we want to believe that he would come and do what he's supposed to do very quickly and then face the press to tell the people what he has in store. They're still holding him down there. I'm sure they're meeting some security protocols, which is very much crucial as we are in COVID, and some health measures need to be observed. But we have the biography of Banki here. And if I can just quickly go into that. He was born in 1977 at Westfield Clinic and lived in Banjul. Banki went to Methodist Nursery School, Marina School, and then Gambia High in 94 for his O levels, and in 1996 as well for his A levels. He eventually got a job at GTTI, which is the Gambia Technical Training Institute, and was there for 2 years. And the internet started in the Gambia. He got part-time job at Quantum. Of course, people know Quantum as, an institution delivering some internet courses. He got another job at MRC, the Medical Research Institute, the Medical Research Council, in October of 2000. And then in 2002, he got a scholarship from the MRC to study internet engineering in the UK. He then came back in 2005, and he is still working at the MRC as per the time this was written. So, Walon Bankila Bioti Domanding, Purisa Domanding Fayakam, Barabitun Kanane Science.
Baraka Fatu Bankole Ahadzie, Walen Duntana Yintembeng, IEC Bundato, Miyalon Kafanabe Mole Kono, Ning Sanji Tambila, Lokun Tambila, Ning Karitambila, Miyalonko, Ayala, La Foyitan di Prae, Gambia Nyaton Koti, Aliamo Fatu Kujamale for Bankole La Koto, Akaranta Dameng, Gambia Banko Kanjang, and Bantala Banko. Aning ay do kol min ke nyintembeng afela ni molle nata min ya lon ko wolle ba fana adung IEC la deputy in short, yeah.
Credentials with him there, and he's been accompanied by the vice chair. And in fact, we have Mohamed Jonga, who's going to join us here on set. He is from Banki's team, and he's clearly going to tell us, like we've done with the others, as to what exactly his candidate has to offer. But before then, Banke's biography, just in brief, Banke has already taken his seat, and I'm sure any minute from now, the IEC will take over, the chairman will take over.
jërëjëf
We start with channel press, please. So, Honorable, it's a pleasure receiving you here. I would like to receive what you get first of all your nomination to contest the presidential election. Assess declaration?
It's incomplete. I would want to bring it next week with, in addition to the tax clearance certificate. As I said, I was ill this week, and this was the week I was going to get the tax clearance and fill the form. So I just came to submit these, and I will submit the rest next week.
Well, make sure that it's here before Friday.
Before Friday, yes.
And when you are coming, just call us so we can give you a time.
Okay. need to print it? I heard when you were asking somebody else to provide it printed. Next week when I call you and you give me a date, I will bring all of them. Yeah. Before Friday. I understand. Okay. Black and white. I would have brought a t-shirt, but I saw the previous guy, you said he should bring a print, so I will. Yeah.
just tell us quickly what we know about your candidate there. And we also do know that he said if he comes into office, he will invest 1 billion dollars into the sports. And someone asked, not agriculture and not tourism, but sports. Tell us a little bit more about that.
Just on Friday, the results are not out yet. I don't want to endanger the public, so I apologize. I will not be giving an interview today.
Well, we'll have to hand over to our...
Thank you very much.
To the press. Maybe that justifies just what, yes, Mr. Jonga said about the health situation. And I think that's fair enough if we have to go by all indicators, by going by a normal procedure. In fact, we should not, we would not have had him in public. But our correspondent, Bajan, who is monitoring that situation there with the REC chairman and his panel, is set to just give us a brief overview of what just transpired here, Bajan.
Yes, we've just witnessed the activities of Banki, as he is commonly called, Bankole Ahadzie, Mr. Should I put it that way, with officials of the Independent Electoral Commission. He has gone through the process. His papers or documents are tendered, and the outcome of his nomination, positive or negative, will be determined in some days to come, as is the case concerning all the people who've tendered their documents to the electoral body. But after going through that process, Mr. Ahadzie Banki, the Rastafarian or Rastaman president to be as himself and his support base to put it, did not talk to the media on the grounds that he said he took a COVID test not long ago and he does not want to endanger the public. Those were the reasons, so that is the reason why he said he is not in a position to stay within the midst of people and talk to the public. But we understand Banki is, I can say, or one can say, one of the individuals who did pronounce their appetite to be part of those running for the presidency in the capacity as an independent candidate. His support base, many think or put it to be those who are sympathizers to the culture of Rastafarianism or whatever one might associate with him or with that. He came with a motorbike and people who accompanied him. We've seen him in his usual way of appearance, which in some interviews he said has nothing to do with his potential in as much as delivery is concerned. So mbokk yi dañoo bàyyi rek gars yi nekk si plateau bi fële ñoom it ñu continuer wax ñu rek si ki nga xam ne moom moo fi jógee léegi muy Bankole Ahadzie, Mr. Bankole Ahadzie muy Banki moom mooy ki nga xam ne moom mooy Rastaman wala boog borom dreadlocks bi bokk si jongante bi nga xam ne moom lañ fi ñëw pour wone buga bi di ko jaarale si IEC ñoom Mr. Cham xëy na dinañ gën a wax si loolu ñu bàyyi gars yi ñu continuer.
So much, Bajan. We can see that he's been escorted. Banki has been escorted. He has left the premises. He's just escorted. He's been escorted and he's leaving now. Unfortunately, like we've heard, he could not speak to the press due to his health condition as advised. So he's taking his leave now. But we still have Mr. Jonga here, a representative of Banki, the independent aspirant, who was just talking to us about the candidate himself, or the aspirant, as we're still here to ascertain his candidacy, and just what he stands for. Here you can see him salute, and off he goes. But briefly, Mr. Jonga, yes.
Recently, not long ago, you asked me about the 1 million in sport or whatsoever.
Yes.
Banki is a youth
Billion.
man. 1 billion in sport, yeah. Banki is a youth man, and then he believes that most of these youths are not seeing themselves in the previous government. So then therefore, he has also seen what sport can do in developing a country. Country like Brazil were developed by sport. We all know Brazil just because of football. And then also Senegal now, they are being known for the wrestling. And then other countries are also being known for the sport that they are doing. And then Gambia here, we have the youth, we have the talent. In football, we can do it. Wrestling, we can do it. In any other sport that we can do it. But the youths are not making money out of it. Why? Because if you see football here, most of these boys, what they get from it is about a fair or a nehal, like we call it in our local languages. It should be paying the boys' salary. Just in Senegal here, if you go there, playing football, they pay you $15,000 or more. So how about Gambia? Can't we do that here? We can do it here. So we have a lot of youths who are really in for sport. That's why he's saying that he's going to spend $1 billion in sport.
In sports,
yeah, sure.
possible
As
once
soon
he
as
comes.
possible, yeah,
And that's great. But also we do know that this candidate here, or this aspirant we're seeing here, Banke, has a very controversial tagging, and that is to say the weed aspect. Banke said he never said that he would legalize weed, but the press has been on him on that. What's your take on this?
Okay. What Banki said and what is circulating in the country, it's two different things, although they are not far from each other. But what he said, he's going to decriminalize weed.
Okay.
Because how can you just take a small boy for one weed and then you imprison that boy for $5,000? And there are others who are being caught of weed, a lot of weed, and they pay just a small token of money and they leave.
But he also said that other countries are generating much needed income from this.
Yes, of course. In Canada, they have legalized weed, and also in states in America that have legalized weed, their economic is booming. So for economical reason, that is the reason why he said he's going to legalize it. And also, then if you look at the
So
development...
he said he would legalize it. Is that what you're saying?
He will decriminalize it.
Decriminalize.
Decriminalize it.
Okay.
And then it has to be taken to the parliament first. He alone cannot do it.
Certainly.
Everything has to go through the parliament, not so. So if it is decriminalized or legalized, whatsoever you call it, and then therefore means the country is going to gain something from it. Yeah. Imagine a 4-ton. 1 kilo of weed is, 1 ton of weed is $4,000. Okay, and last year or year before last, he made his research about how many tons that we have on
We
groundnut.
can have. All right. I mean, so he compared wheat to groundnut.
Yeah. So if you look at it, we had 900,000 tons or 90,000 tons, something like that. But only 10% of that, which is 9,000 tons of wheat, is $4 billion. Gambia never had that since Jawara up to date.
We would come back to that and just how the health implications would have to be considered as well in something very serious as legalizing weed. But just briefly before you go, I'm sure you're in a rush, your candidate has just left.
No.
Tell us, what can we expect? Do you hope that the nomination will be accepted? And what do we look forward to from Banki and his supporters?
Yeah, we have done our best. We have done everything, and then we have tried to meet all the requirements asked. Yeah, inshallah, we hope to see Banki standing for December 4th, inshallah.
Very well.
Yeah, and we hope to see victory also.
Oh, okay. There you have it, Mr. Jonga. Thank you so much and all the best of luck.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, Mr. Jonga there was just talking to us about his candidate's purpose and just what exactly he has for the Gambian people. My colleagues, of course, Sali Nkatel Yamo ya dalale bankiti kete moti bari kwa rasalamu kuwal kafo adiamo kasia bari betiate fananka kumo ko indi tumando bari fananka ni opportunity la stop pour ka sene andi mole jonga ye mum fo anim fananga munje mun keta jambara mandiamu journalisol fana e bara mankerea e so fananda mandim fo mole
Fatou kabring ibe banki la kumo nyim fola karanta nyaadi le ay mundo ku sifal karang ka jibe fo gambian wol ye wolon ne foy banki la rasta doron ne long aning ala dia momi ya lon ko aya kenya mo la fannala bare nyi ay tandile ko nimmol fintitanam pour kana kenya ton kolutin kana fanna kilin jibe la kola on sa jibe foya londo nyin sotole foya makamo nyim ma faale ani wasifal banki e woyitandi mol la bi kabri yala educational background nyim fo anala experience anin ko dolu ni nata la ko la miya lonko wala mala politiko la kuoti mo kutolem politiko kono bar jamaaya sutele amulon tanyo yala kabrin santo fo duma nala raida ngajele kabira be finti kanjang ani molu mansia bar fana ngalo ne ko nyi wato kono fana balo man sahaya do mandi e be soberin ko asekeno covid bala yatinna fan ani journalist solo mandi yamuno bare ala najan ka kaytolu di IEC la waya yitandile ko banki paretale December karotili nani pura fana e lo ka katte wonyin fay bitum fo IEC bala kaytolu seniandila fo be sonnala nyintidi dan tango kono wotole wobe seniala bayri kaytolu ditale minu nyininka aya be natile adun waya yitandile fan amman wato tabake pour ye banki la kaytolu ta waya yitandile koy sulata minne minu be fay ani natal bitun nyintil dan tango kono be kaytol nyin kisi ndila ka seniandi ka tonya yani na sabatita doron banki be bulala mol la kono min ya lon ko December karo tili nanola e tolle la pooling box o wala carte fay keso be dunna dame banko karo be la abe sotola je pour mol minu laftatela ani moja mamanna bare jamalu minu ba no ma wala fonninke wolti ani mol min ya lon ko e rastake tuma do bato sain te wala molti min ya lon ko e fango yitandi ko e be banki fele abe ke kan tentine IEC la bunda bato sai ngaji ki ko mo kilinne be koma min ya lon ko wala nyanta kana pour bi IEC e silodi min la pour yena e ni e nyomoy ni wo fana nata nyato do mandimbe do fola la ko tole ani IEC be tamala nyoy nyame albaji la radio nin television o tole comme jati e dal takela nyame wati nyinam fana mbakela li wala nyama kabirin kunu nga datita fo December karo tili lulu fatili woro jati este tarla koma nyin kuwoto bayrin tollem banko nyaal ni tuloluti ada ka seniya janne to aka fojanne to betiyaje bitum fatu Khadija bokum saitan dimbari sara
nuare sali maro mo sali gara ko mo gombe arisa waiti ko ci sidiran kompi hore kani o yaare ngay banki agari na kaytu kini IEC khirise kay bare gora fibe wari ana ko akenna ko kaytu sutti mandi igara trend kayti be sado serenga katun wurunu na jamana ke khirisa ko mundu o yaare ni banki agaru ado solo gabado jumam mari maro ko benu gari magabo kenda siri ado khadi agani telle ado honda nyandaga kenna koy nanti banki ni serenyane serebe gara du yankandi ado khadi akenni rasta nyane rasta be angratu ahajunta fosu akengra fibe ko kenyani na jamane ke adinge kane bare banki akenno ko nanti kenena sigi molenda nya president nga jamane ke no gondi kenga fibe nyana kenyani fatam bakken khibarenga na naburello ke kenga kata 1 million dollars agara ko nanti andarti fatam bakken khibarenga keni fiani fibe ga jamane ndenge kane ko nda jamanu tan wore ko Brazil nu daga na kuni jamanu nyeri ananyi jamanu benu soronganta tu baragati fatam bakken khibarenga sasa soronatu akem makatu digamunu khibar sankanonda ana ko nanti amadalla igara testing tuti ke watte ke ngani covid-19 aka inan kawalatu bakka jamanga kendanya agama digamu bare banki akenni kayt nun timmandi arisa wayge wasretana khadu ku ken kagan kawarini ni kayt nun kin khirse kay na tuindi ken kamanga ma ara way sikki jamane ke khirsa ko ngabay lenki ken ta tuindi ni soro ngana tira way sikki bito fonnu benu garini ina kata tunu mini nominate ya mi nominate kita ngakini Abdoulaye Cham akhana ke ko lon xannenga
jërëjëf Khadija bokum bokay kiñ mujjé gis nonu moy banki kan moy banki nek na ni ko xamne ni soxna si Fatou Mulu ci waxna lu bari ci walli njangam be taxna indi na kayit yoy nga xamne ñu ko doon laajte di IEC bokk ci sarta yi ne jeexal na high school indi na kayitam jangana Gambia High jangana school yu bari di liggéey ci MRC bu ko be nak gis nañ banki li bakam moy watoti ji waxtu amatut ci lan mbiri yokkute la wala mbiri wecceku ak lu ci munti xew rek moy lool waye nak gis nañ banki bi mu génné comme niñ ko baxo di defé da ngay waxtaan ak bunti tassekaay xibaar yi waye mom waxtaanut ak ñom lutax woné na rek né niki kérok aljuma dafa defon ben test lu aju ci wali jangoro coronavirus test bobu nak gennagut té orut pour mu taxaw di waxtaan ak nit ñi man na amat mu am jangoro bi dal di ko walal nit ñi mu laayé bir nit ñi lolu motax waxtaanut ak way taskati xibaar yi waye nak amna ko wax ci lamenyam fi di waxtaane lu aju ci wàlli xeeti sinabar bu ñu xamee taay moom wone na ne bu toogee boobaa taay duñ ko def muy tefaar fii ci biir réew mi mooy décriminalise waxul nag ne dañ koy bàyyi rek sagantan moo nekk ne ñu legalise ko waaye nag dafa wax ne dañ ko décriminalise moo nekk ne duñ ko tefaarloo lan mooy duñ ko tefaarloo moon maanaam am na noo ko jëfooyee bu boobaa dootu nekk tefaar ci réewi Gambia fii loo xam ne ni dañ la ci mën a teg loxo waaye nag loola ñëwagut ndax am na bunte yu bari yu ñu war a jaar mooy teg na kayit yi CRDM ndax danañ ko nangul wala duñ ko nangul loolu xamaguñ ci dara dana jël ay diir ay fan bu ko defee ñu dal di ko mën a wax ne nangul nañ la sa kayit yi seede yi pour mun ngaa taxaw nekk président wala nanguluñ la ko fi mu nekk nii ci diggante boobu lañ toll bu ko defee rek Sidi Ba ci wàlli pol balaa ñoo tëj jotaay bi noppaleku ñu ànd ak ñoom ci waxtaan wi
jarama Abdoulaye Cham musidal yimɓe Gambia minen ɗo galle Independent Electoral Commission ɗo IEC batiɗo ɗo ara rek woni biyeteɗo Bankole Ahadzie ko kam arno pour kamne o totira kayti mum ɗo ɗaɓɓira ɗi président yaji e leydi he kam noon ɗo ari rek o funtini kayti mum ɗi o totiɗi ciamano holi ɗum woni noon ɓe dartinto ɗin ɗon kayti mum kala no wawi wono e fof ɓe gaɗina ɗum rek ɗeɗo balɗe woni ɗo ha aljuma ko totiɗi ko kayti mum ɗi noon ko fundata ko tentoroɓe kibaruji ɗi palima ɗum pour rek o yewtida e mumen ɓe mbawa ɗum rek lamdo koɓe jiɗɗumi ko lamdo kono o holliɓe no wonde no ɗeɗo balɗe o sellali no bete saabu o waɗi test mo waɗi ngu ñaw coronavirus o suwa anduno risolo wayi ko ɗum tagui rek o wawata haaldude e mumen on tuma rek o funti rek noon o yeehi o joli rek onda mum o walla rayda mum o rek o yeehi kam noon kamne ko tawa rek e ɓeɗo ɓe fuɗodirta e ɗaɓɓugol président yaji e leydi he te on tuma noon joɗani ɗum ɗo leɓɗo dow inde mum onne o holliri ko taki noon kam banque on mo ɗaɓɓa rek président yaji e leydi he o holliri hamme mumen yo enni e mumen yo darude mumen ko taguire ɓe ɗaɓa président yaji e leydi he e joni noon kam o funti o yeehi o ardani no yimɓe hewɓe ko yimɓe seeɗa rek o ardi ɗo galle AIC min andi yesso rek min dañat batintoɗo wontanan neɗɗo nayɓo o on ɗaɓɓa ɗo président yaji e leydi he on tuma kanko onne ara o totira kayti mum ɗi ɗo AIC pour rek ɗaɓɓugol place président yaji e leydi he ko ɗum woni wadde ɗo AIC ɗo independent electoral commission Sali Diadio bisimilla
Sidi Babe Jat bukanoli wulkok totate AIC ne manjijam meno manu sanke meno ananu manjum o afejintene wakano mari ngulomitate AIC be ka yisena ko wayta wola manan wala na jumde lebete male di flenga feti December fatume bile kuna kone ko baki o kone Bankole Ahadzie Bankole Ahadzie na kankana na manjum na pio krika yisen fanga fola di politique ti mo fameti gambe jata na bibi mananguru wayta wala ne mang AIC ku cengo meno di ku jukorom di ku nifana ke AIC di ku ngarom wayta wala mana puru mana jow bare baba jan manjum o alla koy tate di karesa keti Bankole mana sankenum di wanku sofum di mukana meti politique yoli noko mo di mukana meti ma fosam politique ti Bankole wajupo e bukana ku janja meti acila nana la koja ma fosam le mukam ma wate kam metinyi di mo famole la bare nane kantu mambukana kurege meno mona reg meno nama meti ma fosam mungadu wajupo e di mukana meti fitine di wa hokena bare nane pambaju mana jukumeti wajakum di mo famole la mambi bungole mubajo dikapana keti kupuro fatu na ise meti na janja meti Bankole nane babaji bagudi bajupo e banati ka rude mukana meti ka gorna kete ni leti ka puro nane Bankole na kankana na manjum apurde de mo fameti Gambia me kupuro sumo to kupuro wano sane man komidi ka gororak di mukana meti ka gorna kete ni le kwarantu kubaito nafa meti ku kankam bakan kanu manjum nurungu borok di kuchila odu nampo di kuri makanu manjum ko mukana meti politique ti Bankole di ku palo ko tejo di fulenga feti December kuna kone ku baki banotu dede jatu dimase fulenga fo feti October kuna kabanande unyen dede AIC banotu meti funak bakan kone ku baki ku waran ku jok babaji okon ami balon ko arimulo jaji ATS pambu manjeno onam aimba di wan manjum monate jowor eno di kunifana keti AIC du burom de lebete male tewiye 2021 4 December lebete male kila fatu.
Sally, thank you so much. And that was Banki we saw, Bankole. And we still have one candidate to go, one aspirant, and that is the Lamin Bojang ANRD. And he would be the last aspirant we'll see for today. In the meantime, we're still here. We're still at the election house, the IEC headquarters. And of course, bringing you the program live on radio as well as on TV. We're giving you live live feed and of course live updates on our social media platforms, on Instagram, on Facebook, as well as on Twitter. You can keep following us and sending us your comments by using the hashtag #NominationsWatch. We'll of course be monitoring those, and if they're very crucial to the conversation, we'll do you the honor of bringing them forth. But at this juncture, as we wait for the next candidate, maybe in about an hour or so, General Lamin Bojan should be here. We'll of course go back to our head office at the MDI Road so that we go on a short break and be right back. Stay with us.
doom yi tam taxaw itam ñu déglu li nga wax defar leen seen doom bi ñun suñ baay bi try nañ ko time boobu dëkk bi amul dara mën a sanga waaw waaye nag gërëm nañ yàlla ok waaw
di la gërëm yi tamit yow
ok ok waaw